Hi everyone, this is attorney Russell Araya of Ramos Law. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of House of Law. Today we're going to be talking about probation and what you need to know, so stick around. From time to time, we help clients who are charged with criminal offenses, whether they're traffic infractions, misdemeanors, or felonies. Many times people will have to pay a fine to the court, maybe do some community service, or worst case scenario, jail time. More often than not, probation is going to be involved. And what does that mean? Well, it means that the government is going to be looking at you from time to time to make sure that you essentially keep your nose clean after you've pled guilty to a specific crime. How long is that probation going to be? Well, it might last a year, 2, 3 years, or several years. And what happens during that probationary period is very important and critical to what the potential consequences are on your plea deal. Now, let's say, for example, you've pled guilty to a misdemeanor or a felony. Your probation period will last a certain amount of time. Let's call it a year. During that 1 year, you're going to have a probation officer assigned to your case. That person is essentially going to be your monitor, your big brother or your big sister for about a year or so. And in that time, you're going to have to call your probation officer to check in, or she's going to check in on you from time to time without any advance notice. And you have to make sure that you're not doing anything wrong, which is not committing any new crimes, you're paying your fines, you're paying your performing your community service, and you might have to do some urinalysis or blood tests to make sure that you're not doing any illicit drugs or drinking when you're not supposed to. Now, let's say, for example, you've done everything that you were supposed to do. At the end of the case, your probation officer is going to submit a report to the judge, letting her know that you've done everything you were supposed to do. Now your case is essentially closed. Now your conviction is going to stand, but your probation has been successfully completed. Everything's fine. But let's say, for example, that you had a couple of hiccups or a few. Every time you have a hiccup, the probation officer is going to send a report to the judge, and the judge is going to know what it is you didn't do or did. And you're going to be brought back before that judge, and she's not going to be very happy with your performance. Now, the judge may extend your probation and give you a second chance or a third chance or a fourth chance. But if you don't successfully complete your probation, there are alternatives to probation, which is jail time or additional probation, fines, community service. So you don't want to get yourself in a pickle where you're going to be brought before a judge, because there's only so much your attorney can do to help you. So try to do everything you possibly can to make sure that you're in the good graces of the judge and your probation officer. Hey, thanks for joining us for another episode of our House of Law series. Comment below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. See you next time.